Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member Capito, and I'm tempted to go right into DAPL, but since this is a word of hearing, we'll start there, and maybe we'll get to DAPL. First of all, thank you to both of you. I don't know that we say it often enough. You're both generous with your time and your talent, and you're always available to us collectively, and more impressively, Mr. Chairman, to each of us individually, and it's really, we're just grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. So thank you for that. So I might as well get to everybody's favorite topic in the world, General, and that would be the Snake Creek embankment, of course. And you and I haven't talked for so long. I feel like this is the first time I'm getting caught up. So as you know, from what I'm hearing out of Omaha, the sort of dealing with the approach to fixing Snake Creek, I'm getting a little concerned. They're committed to the, to removing the 43-foot, difference at this time. But what about the structural? What can you tell me about the actually fixing the structural problems? Because that's got me a little nervous.
Yes, sir. So you're correct. The water control manual has been updated, and the 43-foot head differential has been removed. And just for everyone, this is an embankment that was designed to hold 54 feet of water, and it holds less than that, 43. So we're about 11 feet off. So, sir, we're wrapping up the dam safety modification study. I want to take this out of the dam safety realm and put it into drought resiliency. So I've directed the Omaha District to come back with 2 structural solutions, seepage berms and an embankment. If we receive a 24 appropriation, we'll take $500K of dam safety wedge funds, and we'll do 30% designs on both of those structural solutions to restore the full capability of that embankment, and we'll bring those to the administration and to Congress for their consideration.
Thank you very much for the update. And just for people's knowledge, what this does is it allows the moving of Missouri River water to over 50% of North Dakota's population, which is, we always say we don't have a water problem in North Dakota, we have a water distribution problem. But anyway, this is an important part of that infrastructure. So thank you for that update. Assistant Secretary Connor, in WRDA 2022, we included some language establishing this Western Water Cooperative Committee. It allows the western states like North Dakota sort of this opportunity to bring issues directly to the core. I'm just wondering what the status of establishing that is, because I've been hearing from some of the states, including mine, that there's been a lot of activity yet. Has it been established, or what? Do you know what the status is of establishing the committee?
Excuse me, Senator. The process for establishing that committee is to go through, get a Federal Advisory Committee charter through the Department of Defense. I believe that's been completed on this one, to designate a federal officer, provide the correct training. We've done that. So we've teed up the actions necessary to move forward with the committee, and then we need appropriations or budgeted resources, one or the other, to move forward with the activity, because this one in particular is going to be fairly expensive. We're paying for, the travel, the logistics of getting folks together with respect to that. And once again, we're going to lag on any budget resources with respect to post-WRDA authorization before, or we can use work plan, neither one which we've had the opportunity to move forward with. So we're teed up, ready to go. But we do need the resources to implement.
I hesitate to start this conversation openly, and maybe you and I have talked about this before, but is there no way for states to absorb some of that cost, since they're the ones asking for this access? And I mean, near as I can tell, most states in the West have a better financial standing than the federal government does. I mean, I know this is, I'm probably blowing everybody's minds here with something like this, but isn't there a way to do that, to share some of that cost burden with the states?
There probably is. When we have some resources available to start this activity up, it likely won't be sufficient to call everything that's been authorized with respect to those actions. So we can go to the states at that point in time and say, we need some help here so that we can do the core part of the core, C-O-R-E, part of those activities, and you've got to help with the rest of it. So I think, that happens on every project that we do, as well as probably with respect to standing up a committee.
Since you brought up DAPL, and I was going to anyway,
okay.
Just so you know, as long as I have time. As you know, we're in week 3 of the federal tort claim trial in North Dakota, trying to get some money back get some money from the federal government to pay for the damages and the you know, the policing of the protests, the violent protests that the Corps facilitated on Corps land. And so it's sort of top of the mind right now in North Dakota. So it brings me to the EIS issue, because this is a pipeline that's been safely moving hundreds of thousands of barrels of oil a day to market for several years now, and we still don't have the EIS. It's been delayed multiple times. You spoke a little bit ago about what I would call an enduring, you know, a solution there, something that's durable. What's the status of the final EIS?
So we issued the draft EIS last fall. I think we opened up with a 45-day comment period, extended it once. That's my reference to receiving 300,000 comments, 200,000 comments, 30,000 of which are, you know, unique and substantive that we've got to refer to. We are still on track for moving forward as quickly as we can to be in a position to issue a final EIS this fall with a record of decision somewhere in the 30 to 60-day time frame after that. So we're proceeding, and I understand the frustration with how long it's taken. It's an example, though, of when we try and take shortcuts and we do an environmental assessment as opposed to an EIS, and then we get litigation and we get setbacks in the overall long-term structure. So that's why we're trying to think this through, do it right, respond, do correct tribal consultation, integrate their concerns and our responses into the process, and get this product done so that it can stand the test of time.
My wife often says haste makes waste to me, for what it's worth. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.